Hello, sir. Hello.
Ashana audible annatto.
Okay.
Hello. Hello, Shana.
Hello,
I
sir.
think I think we, I think we can start.
Okay. A warm good morning to everyone who have gathered here. The Civil Engineering Association of Sripadi hereby welcomes you all on behalf of all staff and students of Sripadi Institute of Management and Technology for the two-day workshop on typesetting using LaTeX. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Srigant EM, Assistant Professor of Civil Engineering Department, Sripadi, for the welcome speech. I welcome you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Shana. So, a warm welcome to all the participants gathered for this wonderful event. So, as you know, this workshop is for 2 days, today and tomorrow, 10 to 11:30. Okay. So, this workshop is intended for all types of people in the education sector, that is students or faculties, and most of the participants are students. We thank all the participants for showing your interest and for the participation. Okay. So in the previous year also, for in the same time, almost April or May month, we our college conducted similar types of event on LaTeX. So that was a webinar. But today we are organizing a workshop. Okay. Uh, so I am welcoming all the participants. I'm welcoming our principal, Dr. S.P. Subramanian sir. So, sir is not available today, but I welcome you, sir. Then I welcome all the HODs of Sripadi Institute of Management and Technology. I welcome all the participants, students, faculties from different colleges in Kerala or anywhere in India. Okay, thank you. Then I'm inviting our HOD of Department of Civil Engineering, Sripadi College, to deliver uh, inaugural speech. Thank you, sir. Inviting you, sir.
Thank you, Srikanth. Good morning, everybody. Now, we organize a two-day workshop on LaTeX. It is very informative and effective for the students for preparing their final year project works, etc. Therefore, I welcome all the participants, especially our Sanish sir, our former assistant professor in civil CMAT, for his very effective and informative lecture for these 2 days. Once again, I welcome all and express my sincere thanks to organizers and Mrs. Sanish for this event. And this event is a very effective one for those who prepare their reference papers or project work in LaTeX. How to use the LaTeX in effectively and how to convert the Word document into LaTeX, etc., are very effectively explained by our host, Mr. Sanish. Therefore, every participants carefully listen to his words, and if any doubt occurs in the time of presentations, please clear the doubts and try to understand this workshop an effective one. Okay, thank you everybody. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Now, let me invite the vibrant resource person of our workshop, Mr. Sanish PS, who is the formerly Assistant Professor of Computer Science Engineering Department of Sripati and a certified Microsoft Innovation Educator. I welcome you, sir. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Shana. Thank you, Shrikant sir. Thank you, Sudhir sir, for the kind words. So today, actually, it's a two-day workshop. We have conducted so many events related to LaTeX during the past years with me and some other resource persons. So in these 2 days, it will be more. It will not be a lecture like thing. Like I be telling something, you will be hearing or I don't know whether you will be hearing or it will be a hands-on thing. So I request all the participants to use the system like a computer or laptop if you have if you have it with you. Even you can do it from mobile, but it will be more convenient if you can use a system. So first of all, I shall make an excuse like I have enough backups. Even though I am not claiming I am 100% perfect at with the infrastructure at my side. So if there is any break happens, don't go away, don't leave the meeting. I will be back within seconds. So that's the first thing I have to tell you from my side. Another thing, if you are an expert at LaTeX, this is not the thing for you. I should frankly tell you that there is no point in spending 3 or 4 hours with me, because it's a basic level workshop. It will be a fresher level or a beginner level workshop. This is not an expert level thing. And the primary audience is based as Shrikant sir has been mentioning. The primary targeted audience is students, particularly students from KTU, the Kerala Technological University, since we are using templates customized for the usage of the KTU students. So there is another thing. If you are here for activity points and to by filling up some feedback forms and so on, please do leave the platform, because we are almost into another lockdown and almost all the colleges are contacting N events. So please don't waste your time just for a certificate here, and make it a fruitful study time. So I think I can begin with my presentation. So I'm sorry. I'm audible, right?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Okay,
Perfectly
thank you.
audible.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that's it. So from the beginning itself, everybody has been telling a lot of things like latex. So many pronunciations for latex, latex, latex. So from that point, I should begin. Even I am telling you that it is a latex workshop. No, it's not latex. It is latex.
Bucket one door.
LATECH. That's the pronunciation we should do it. The title, and as you can see on the screen, I have colored different words in different colors. Like there is a collaborative in green, typesetting in pale yellow, LaTeX in blue. So why I colored in different colors is because the thing is, all the terms are important in our workshop. Like LaTeX is important, sorry, LaTeX is important, typesetting is important, collaborative typesetting is important. So please don't turn on your video or audio during the presentation. If you have any doubts, you can always put it in the chat box, or you can directly ask me towards the end. We will take it in the end. So as it is an online session, as if you are almost most of the students are final years and they know how to cheat the faculty who cannot physically see them. So it's I will be putting some messages in the chat box in the middle, and please do respond. I just wanted to ensure that you have not slept in the middle. So please cooperate. The physical offline sessions are always better. We all know, but we have no other options than doing an online workshop. So as I have been mentioning, I should start from the pronunciation. It is LaTeX and not latex or latex. And what is latex? Sorry, LaTeX. LaTeX is a document preparation system. Like when you are working with Microsoft Word or some other OpenOffice, right? You will be working with words. It's a word processing system. Like if each of the, as you can see on the screen, LaTeX is written in one style. Document preparation system is written in another style, and the things in the bracket is written in some other style. So you can process each word one by one. Microsoft Word is a word processing system. You will be working with each of the word. When coming to LaTeX, it's a document preparation system. Like your document can be a slide, it can be a one column report for the usually the K2 students prepare a one column thing, and it can be an IEEE format, like two columns will be there, and so on. So it's a document preparation system. By document, I mean that thing. Like it can be a slide, it can be a two-column report, it can be a one-column report. So we'll be working on that sort of thing. And when you are working with Microsoft Word, if you want to, when you write Sanish PS, Microsoft Certified Innovative Educator, you'll be typing my name, and you will be formatting on the other hand. Like you will be working with formatted text. You'll be working with formatted text. That is, what you see is what you get. What you see in the Word document will be the final output at the other side. All the word process like Microsoft Word, LibreOffice Writer, Apple Pages work this way. And when it comes to LaTeX, you'll be working with plain text. Like you'll be all the text will be in plain text format. Whether Sanish or the Microsoft Certified Innovative Educator, all these things will be written in plain text, but it will be kept between different tags. Like if you have a if you have a cup of water and you keep it in a vessel of one shape, the water will take the shape of that vessel. If you kept it in another vessel of different shape, the water will take the shape of that second vessel. So LaTeX work this way. You will be working with again in an analogy. I can compare the water with the plain text I have, and the format will be the container, the shape of the container. So LaTeX work this way. And the toughest part of LaTeX is creating this container, like creating the format or structure or whatever you call it, or we call it a type here. That's that's where the second word typesetting comes in. As almost all the students used to, even I used to do that. I used to enjoy blaming their staff. Like Sunny sir told me to do this way. He told me to keep the font size at 12, and you always make mistakes and blame the staff on the. When it comes to LaTeX, you can easily blame the staff. Like he will be the one specifying the format. You will be the one. You will be the one. Someone asked me.
yes, it is audible. Maybe problem from your side, Samuel. Maybe due to the network of the participant, it may be like it is not clear. Okay. Sorry, sir.
Okay, can I continue?
Yes, sir. You are perfectly audible for me, and some other people also messaged that it is audible. You can continue, sir.
Yeah, okay. So that's how LaTeX works. You can use tagging conventions to define the structure of the document. Like I have been mentioning, it can be an article, it can be a book, it can be a letter, and to stylize the text defined inside with one like a thing. Like if you have different chapters on your projects and you want to have the all the chapter headings the same style, like it can be font size 36 font, some Bookman Indica or so. So you can specify it in the beginning, and you can just use a chapter tag or some other tag to format it with one hand. So you can add citations and cross references too. You can today we'll be working online. You can like you will be using a site called Overleaf to work with. Uh, if you don't have a reliable internet, you can work with standalone systems too. There we call it tech distribution, like TechLive or MicTech, which which produces an output PDF file which is suitable for printing or digital distribution. It need to be installed in a system. But I prefer working online. Even I started working with TechLive in the beginning. Only after joining CMAT, I knew, okay, this is the easiest way. Like there may be 4 members in the project. The 4 member person 1 will be preparing slides 1 to 5. Person 2 will be preparing slides 6 to 10. The next one will be preparing the next 5. Last person will be preparing next 4 slides. So they prepare at different parts and combine it at another end. So when it comes to presentation, when some mistake happened, they will be blaming at each other. Like they have worked at different points and they have combined it. So we don't know from where the mistake comes, so they'll be blaming each other. So it's always to work at one point, at one the same document, so that you can know, even when person 1 is preparing first 5 slides, if person 2 can see those first 5 slides and suggest corrections, that will be a pretty good thing when it comes, especially when it comes to project presentation and all. Even it is more handy when preparing a report. Like person preparing introduction will be have made so many claims. Like there is an architecture coming, there is some big things coming, but when if the person who is preparing that part has not worked well on that thing, the entire report may collapse. So it's always better to work on the same document, same thing. So that's where the beauty of collaborative typesetting comes. If you have a type, like you have a format which is set by your guide or your faculty at one end, we call it a type. He might have specified all the format and all those things. And what the student or the one who is preparing the document just need to have the content with him or her, and just need to put that content into the thing, and the output will be a standardized output, like whether it is prepared by Shrikant sir, whether it is prepared by Sanish, whether it is prepared by Shana, whether it is prepared by Joseph, it is immaterial. So if you have, so when you work with LaTeX, the format you will be the output, the form output, final output will be almost similar. You will be having a standardized thing in the end. So why we are moving to LaTeX, even though we are masters at words? So if you are as the final years or MTech students, you may be going for paper presentations, you may be going for some other things like that. So they will be specifying formats. So they will be working with LaTeX only. So they will be specifying formats and things. And when working with Microsoft Word, if you inserted an image at one page, maybe 22nd or 23rd page, you need to identify the page. You need to put it in the content page that there is a figure coming in the 22nd or 23rd page. So it is a pretty tough task when you are preparing a 35 or 40 page document, and that too maybe on the just before 1 week or so. Maybe remaining it for the final submission, which is the same cases. I hope the case is same with almost all the departments. Like even when I was guiding students, they used to if you are announcing May 1st as a submission date, you will be receiving the reports for correction on May 25th or 26th, or maybe later than that. So it's not a good practice to work with Word and make corrections and make the specification on the content page also. When working with the LaTeX, you just need to work with the content only. The means the inserting only the content page, and the first list of figures, list of tables, and all those things will be getting updated automatically. That is another advantage of LaTeX. So as I have specified, typesetting means is just simply the setting the type of the document. A certain amount of craft needs to be implemented. Like you have to be a little bit good at LaTeX for setting the type. Working it is on an analog. It is not easy to what should I say? It's not easy to cook a food, but it is easy to eat the food. So that's a easy analogy for typesetting. It's not an easy job to cook a biryani, but it is so easy to eat the biryani. So in an analogy, it's the typesetting requires a little bit craft, a little bit effort from the side. Uh, you don't have to worry much about the thing, because a lot of uh, researchers or research scholars have worked on different type of types, and there will be almost all the required LaTeX template will be available online. Uh, and job of a word process is to produce a document which look what you type on the screen. As I mentioned, if you want a font size 12, you have to change the font size 12 yourself, and you can see it on the word screen. But in LaTeX, you won't be seeing it on the window. You will be typing, but you can see a output on the shared screen. So typesetting is takes a it's typesetting what makes your document good to an extent. Whether you are an expert at LaTeX or not is not is immaterial. If you have a document which is typeset well, you can work with and have a standard document with minimum effort. And moving to collaborative typesetting. Collaboration is the process of normal word meaning of collaboration is a process of two or more people or organizations working together, like your project or thesis, something like that. You can work on the same project in a typesetting software like ShareLaTeX, which is now Overleaf. Initially it was a site called ShareLatex. ShareLatex is no more existing. We migrated to Overleaf these days. So you can work on the same project using a typesetting software, which will be our talking point for the next 2 days. So before I move to the so the boring part is over. Now it will be your hands which will be working. I can take rest, I think. So before we begin the complete hands-on session, I want you to download certain files from the drive I have specified. I can put the link on the chat box, Google Chat. Please visit the link specified in the screen, bit.ly/SIMAT, SIMAT in caps, LW, L for LaTeX, W for workshop. So please visit that link and download. There will be 3 zip files. Please download all those 3 zip files. The SIMAT presentation zip file will be a little bit less in size. It will maybe 800 KB or less than 1 MB. The other 2 files may be a little bit big in size. So please download all the 3 zip files. So basically, these 3 zip files are 3 templates which we will be working on. Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Sorry, you're audible.
Okay. So someone check the link and tell me whether there is any issue. There is any issue in downloading. Even the QR code on the screen specify that link only. Okay, if you could please begin that download and keep it on the keep it in the side. Please download all the 3 files. And once you start downloading, please let me know so that I can move to the next slide, because we have some other tasks to complete between the before the download begin. I mean, download complete. So everyone, please go to the site overleaf.com. Again, I can type it. I can put it in the chat box for you. If you have an account in ShareLatex or Overleaf, please log in with that credentials. If you don't have an account, please sign up using the mail, using your Gmail or your whatever be the email. Please sign up with an account there. Once you have sign up, please log in there. You can do it from the mobile itself, but I prefer doing it from a laptop. So for the time being, I am switching to the LaTeX window. I am exiting from the presentation and switching to the LaTeX overleaf window. Okay, those who have registered can log in. Those who have registered in overleaf, you can log in. Someone confirm whether the screen is visible or not. Hello. Okay, visible. Thank you, Arvind. Okay, so if you have completed your registration, please log in. There is a I have already saved my login here. You can use the credential, username and mail ID and password that you used for registration just now. So you use the login with your email option. Once you have logged in, please put it in the chat box. I hope everybody can follow. I'm not rushing for anything. I don't mind if even if the workshop went a little bit more. I am here to explain things only, not to complete things in the to tell something in 1.5 hours and go away. Not like that. So please specify if you can. You couldn't match up the speed with me. I can slow down. So everyone logged in.
Sir,
Okay.
sir,
Hello.
I think we can wait for 1 minute.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks.
So if anybody yet to complete the registration login, please specify there. We can troubleshoot the mistake. We can troubleshoot the things. Okay, I shall wait for a minute. Don't worry about what is seen on the screen. Like there is a lot of projects which was uploaded by me already. So don't worry about those things. There is some road construction waste materials are done months before. There is some conference presentation here. There is some few more other projects which has already uploaded in my account. Since I do a lot of workshops, there is a lot of templates I have uploaded here. So don't worry about the things that you see on the screen. So if everybody has completed thing, I can move to the next thing. So anyone yet to complete the things or all done? Hello? Can somebody apply? Okay. Anyone who has not completed the thing? Okay. So those who have done can keep quiet. Is there anyone who has not completed the thing? Okay, I assume everyone has completed. And so in the screen, there is a option to begin a new project. Click on the new project. Click on the upload. So see here itself you can have a number of templates, like academic journal template is the book template is the formal letter, homework assignment, poster, presentation, project or lab report, resume template is the thesis template is the, and so on. We have already a predefined project with us, like the one you just downloaded. So just click on the upload project. I can repeat again, click on the new project, then on the upload project thing, then select the zip file. So these are the 3 files that you have just downloaded. A KTU project report which was customized for CMAT basically, and there is a template for IEEE format, and there is a template for a presentation. Since you may be nearing project presentation, maybe first review presentation for the semester 8 students, and they'll be raising a lot of complaints like the time is too less to prepare for the thing, and we don't have much time, you should extend. So I'll be starting with the presentation template for the time being. And for another reason, it is less in size too. It is just 900 KB or so. So I am selecting the CMAT presentation slide. It will take time to upload, and once you upload, it will take you to the project. Presentation, remember. So Shweta, you can presentation. I hope you have uploaded the thing. Is there any issue in uploading? There may be speed differences, like if you have a good network, it will upload within seconds, or other if you are doing with a weak network, it will take time. Okay, all done. Is there anybody yet to upload the project? I mean, slides zip file. Should I repeat it again? If there is anybody having any issue, please specify it on the chat box, or you can unmute your mic and directly tell me. So can I move to the next step? Hello? Is there anybody who hasn't done up to this thing? Please specify the. Okay, it will be helpful if you can repeat. I can repeat. So once you log in, you will be seeing a screen like this. There will be you can see a new project button here. You can click on the new project button, then upload project button, and there is a select zip file option, and from that you will be directed to upload the template, a zip file. I'm uploading the CMAT presentation, which is just 900 KB or so. Since we are nearing a project presentation, maybe in the next week or so, it is better to work with the presentations first. So once you upload the thing, it will automatically take you to the project. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear. Okay. So since I have already specified, you can work with different documents like report, can be a thesis report, it can be a project report, it can be an IEEE format report. or it can be a slides even, like we do now. So when you are working with different types of documents, you need to specify the document type here. So in the 13th line, you will be specifying the document class as Beamer. Beamer means it's a presentation document. Basically it's a slide. So you are specifying in the beginning that you are going to work with the Beamer class. You are going to work with slides, and as you since you all are masters with PowerPoint or slide makers, you will be working with different templates. Like here we call it a theme. There are n number of themes I have specified here. You can see a Cambridge theme, a Berlin University theme, the theme, a Berkeley theme. So here I have, if you have put a percentage symbol inside any line, it will be treated as a comment. Like it will not be using that line. Here now I have specified the theme as Bergen, Bergen. I want to change the theme. I'm not changing the content. I'm just changing the theme to Ann Arbor, which is the first theme I have. I have made a change on the coding, but I will be calling it the coding part on the left side, source thing. And I will be, once I made a change here, I will be recompiling the thing. I will be pressing the recompile option, or there is a shortcut key to work with. It's if you are using a system, you can press your control button plus enter on the same stretch to recompile. Control plus enter means it's a recompile thing. So see, I just made I just edited one line and or maybe two lines, and the entire appearance of the slide have changed. Like this is a output. On the right side, you can see the output. You can download the PDF at any time. Here you have, you can as you can see, the entire thing has changed. The entire appearance has changed. And there is another major advantage of preparing slide PDF. You can do so you can prepare slides using PowerPoint and then convert it into PDF. But when you prepare it with LaTeX, there is another major advantage, like from the user side. Like you might have presenting some thing. If someone want to reach some specific areas in the presentation, like if your guide asks you to I mean, move to the system architecture slide, in the you can do it from the content slide itself, in the in the overview slide itself. Like if you click here in the system architecture slide, you will be reaching the system architecture part of the entire presentation. If you click the current status, you'll be moving to that slide. If you click on the module description, you will be reaching the module description slide thing. I think that was visible, right? I think you were able to see what I was doing, right? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay. Okay, I assume you saw what I have done. I clicked on the system architecture. System architecture thing here. When I click the system architecture, it will be reaching the system architecture part of the entire slide. When I move to the module description, it will be reaching the module description directly. You don't have to search where is module description, so you can directly reach that point during the presentation. So I'm moving to the next step. So here I have specified my document class, and I have specified my team which I will be working with. There are a lot of beautiful themes here specified here. Even I haven't tried. I have tried almost only 3 or 4 themes in this whole thing. So this is the beauty of LaTeX. You can you just need to know the content. All the other formatting will be done by the typesetting software. Like if you and the other thing about this Berkeley template is you can identify where you have reached. You can see the content part here on the left side. Now I am on the module description slide, and I want to go back to system architecture during the presentation. If you are using slides or PowerPoint, you need to go one by one or use the go to slide option and to know the thing. But here you just need to click on the system architecture on the which is on just left to the white part of the screen. You click on that, you will be reaching the system architecture directly. These are the advantages of using LaTeX, and you will be moving to the doer part now. Doer part. So let me move to the first slide now. So here I have specified my authors who are working inside this project. I call them authors, and this is what we call tag. Author is a tag, and I have put a author tag, and my text will be specified inside curly braces. There are 5 team members here: Vipin Raj, Vishnu Anil, Hari Prasad, Vignesh, and their guide is Ashmi Anthony, Professor Department of CSE. So I will be using an author tag and specifying my content inside curly braces, inside curly braces, and the thing will be happen like that. I didn't specify my font size. I didn't specify my what font type or style of my text. Still it came like this. And on the upper part, I have specified the title of my presentation. My title of my presentation is automatic visual inspection system, and I have specified a subtitle and a abbreviation for the same AVIS using title and subtitle tags. And another advantage of LaTeX is if you don't know the titles intact, you are not a master of LaTeX, you just know there are so many tags. I can put a slash here. All the available options will come. Just one sec. Sorry for the trouble. Just one sec. Hello. Am I audible? Hello. I'm audible, right? Okay. Thank you. Anyway, here you can have you can see a number of options which is available for doing things. Use package, alert, at begin section. There are a number of tags are available here, and this will change according to the specification that you have done. Like in the Beamer class, like in the slides, if you are using a slides, the tags appearing will be different. If you are using a document, some other document, the things will be different. So even if you don't know the exact tags in tag, you can put a slash here and you can select from the available options. If I put I, it will display on the only the tags which starts with I. So that's another advantage of working with overlays or LaTeX. So beneath your project team members, you will be specifying your institute name with the tag institute, which this is merely optional, but most of the times we need it. Like if since you are doing it, you need to specify your institute. You usually use this tag in most of the time, and you will be specifying the date of presentation. Like why we are using tags to specify this date and institute like this. You can reuse the tags at some other points during the presentation. So that's the major advantage of if you use a tag here. If you specify a date on some other slide, you can that slide will be using this same date only. You don't have to correct all the points. You just need to do correction at one point, and all those all the other sites will be copying that correction. You don't have to worry much about the things that are specified in between. Like since I already told in the beginning, I do a lot of experience. I have done so many unwanted, maybe unwanted to you, done experience in the thing. So you, since I told we are working with a document which is of Beamer class, we are working with slide basically. So inside this slide, you may have inside the presentation you may have different slides. Here I have used a begin document tag. From here only I will be specifying my document. Like I will be starting another slide. So this is the title slide I have already specified. Now moving to the content part. I have begun a frame and I specified a title page tag. I have begun a frame. There is another thing. If I begin a frame, the end frame title tag will automatically come. Like I can show it again. I am typing begin frame in line number 103. The end frame appeared automatically in the 105th line. This is the case is same with almost all other tags. If you once you begin a tag, it needs to be closed. only the text happening between the begin and end tags will be using the format which will be specified using this tag. Here I have started a frame. I need to specify the frame title here. Frame title here. So here I have started a frame. I have specified a title page. I have used a title page tag. In the beginning, I have specified a title page, which is basically a page with a title page. Title tag is called a title page. Here I have something with a title tag. So I specified that my thing should look like this, but then I imported that slide here. I used that title page here. Let me see what happens if I put that title page after my table of contents page. So that it will show or show something error or like that. See here I specified my outline slide first. Inside the outline slide, frame basically means a slide. I have specified an outline slide first. Then what I need to show in the outline slide, I just need to show the table of contents. I don't have to know what are going to be come at the end after doing all the work. I just need to specify uh, the table of contents tag here. Whatever thing you put it in the slides, it will come in the outline slide at the same time. So after that outline slide, if I specify the title page, the title page will appear only after that. Now you can see my outline slide is here. Then only my title page came. Then only my title page came. Here you haven't specified anything. You just did how you just specified how what are the things to be done in the title page. You can you need to be inserted in the title page. Then you started a frame here. You started a document here. You started a slide here, and you specified that the first slide should be the title slide or the title page. I mean, like the page with the title tag. I have specified my title as automatic visual inspection system. So my title page will be the slide which contain the title automatic visual inspection system. I hope my point is clear. I am trying to make it as slow as I can. Is it clear? Hello? If somebody want me to repeat, you can always ask. Don't think that you are inferior to someone. Like I am. I don't won't claim I am master in LaTeX. I just know few things and which is useful for you, and I'll be sharing with. So don't think you are a number dumb. You are always better than me at this, and you will be better than me at this once you prepare your KTU report and slides. So I am moving. So I have started my. I have just created my title page here, and an outline page with table of contents here. Now, when you prepare, we guides as project guides, we always tell the students that your slides and your project report will be hand on hand. Yeah, like it should have a correlation. if Anjana is making a presentation with module description, I mean a slide with module description, and there is no module description on the report, the thing is collapsed. Like the report is not good. So there should be a correlation. So we'll be specifying a section here, a project overview section here, and we will be starting to starting a slide with project overview. So I have to start a slide with, I need to specify the slash begin frame. So this specify the start of the next slide. So I need to put bullets. I need to put bullets. I need to specify 3 points as bullets, like industrial vision systems are not able to handle all tasks in every field of applications. The quantity of each items in different bottles are varying, and so detection of, and so the third point. So I need to do specify 3 items as bullet. I repeat, 3 items. I mean 3 sentences as 3 specific items. So to do that, I need to begin slash begin itemize. Slash begin itemize. Once you type in slash begin itemize, and there's one more thing. You don't have to type all those things. Like once you start slash begin, it will come up. You can press enter. Then inside this begin tag, you can press once you press IT, itemize will be there. You can go to the itemize tag and then press enter. The item tag will directly come. So I am putting my name as another item. It will come as another item in front of the 3 things that I have already specified. Suppose I want to specify a main point, and I want the next 3 points under it. What should I do? I should start a itemize tag, then I specify an item, then I should inside the itemize tag. Now I have crossed the itemize tag here. Before I close the itemized tag, like before I end the itemized tag, I need to begin another itemized section. So let's see what will happen now. I'm sorry, I mistakenly put itemize after end frame tag. See, this is a main point, and the sub points are here. I have started a begin itemize with only an item main point. Inside that main point, I have started another itemize thing with 3 items with 3 sentences specified here. Then I stop the itemized tag here. Now when I stop an itemized tag here, I will be stopping the itemized which I started just before that, like the itemized tag which I specified to denote the 3 sentences here. So I have started with the main point item, specified 3 items under it, and ended those 3 sub items, and now I need to end the main point item, main point itemized tag. So if you are using from your laptop, if you select this I'm sorry, there is some. I don't know whether you can see it or not. If you select the select one thing, usually it should denote its pair. Like the thing at 125th line in my document is a pair of the begin tag here. The end tag at 125th line that I specified here is a pair of the begin item tag, begin itemized tag in the 118th line. So usually it should denote which tag that you are attribute to. I'm sorry, it's not working now. See, if I select itemize here, it will be highlighting the other begin itemized tags also. I think it's visible. I select itemize here, the other itemized tags which is with begin will be a little bit highlighted. Not like this, a little bit highlighted here. I think it was visible. So that's how That's how you work with bullets. You can specify things here. Suppose I want to put the points as numbers, like point number 1, point number 2, point number 3. So to do that, again I need to come with a begin tag. So what you are going to do, you are going to enumerate points. You are going to give number to points. So you are going to enumerate tag. Again, you will be coming up with a item tag by default. Subpoint 1. Again, item tag. Sorry. IP item tag. After all the, when you doing with overleaf, the one major issue is with your network speed. Like if you need to have a moderate network, you don't have to have a strong network. Still, you need to have a moderate network to work with. So it's always better to do compile option as soon as you make any corrections. Don't go to so much edits and then recompile. But for two reasons, like it will create an overhead for overleaf to do so many modification at the same time, and for this for from thinking from our side, you won't be able to detect where you made an error. Like if there is an error in this point, I know I changed only 4 lines, so error should almost come in these lines only. So once you make any small corrections, please do recompile the thing so that you are able to detect the correction easily. And from the overleaf side also, it's always uh, uh, do recompile for few things rather than making 10 or 15 modifications and then recompile it will take a time. It will take more time than if you it will take more time than you do step by step. Like you make one correction, then recompile correction 2, then recompile correction 3, then recompile. It's the good practice when it comes to working with overleaf. So I think my point is clear, right? I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah,
I'm sorry, Mariam, which point should I repeat? Mariam M. Qasim, which point should I repeat? Okay. So again, coming back to the subpoint thing, now I want to put things under the point quantity of each items in different bottles are varying, and so I can nested my begin tag here too. Here I have an item, quantity of each items in different bottles are varying, and important package of beverages. So I have started an enumerate thing here, and the subpoint 1, subpoint 2 will be coming under that point only. Coming under that point only. So that's how well we can work with the itemize and enumerate portions. I hope that was clear. Can I move to the next step? Okay. So there is another thing. There are two arrows here. You may be working with different parts of code here. If you want to see how that part looks like, you can go to code location in PDF. In the PDF, you will be moving to the location where you are working in the codes. Like I am working here in overview of modules now. So I click the upper arrow, which is directed to the direction of PDF file. So once I clicked on that, I'll be asked to move to that part of PDF. So there is so almost all the projects will be considering will be having some architecture or containing some figures like that. So to work with figures, again you need to show some tags. Before working with figures, you need to upload that figure to your project. Like here you can see on the left part, you might be seeing what all are the files you will be using during this project. You have a number of PNG files, like image files or drawings, figures, or something like that. And where you work, your code file will be in a text file .tex, text file, not text. It is text, TEK, text file, and there will be a number of image files you will be working with. And another good practice is to avoid to delete the files which are not in use. Like when you work with overleaf, it will take more time if you have a number of images in the file. Like if you need to have only one architecture and you have imported so many 10 or 15 images, which most of them are being unused, it is always better to delete the unused images and things like that. It just work with only the PNG files or only the files which are required at your thing. So before you import a file, you need to upload that file here. You need to upload option is here. The third button is here. You need to upload. Click on that upload. Use the new file. And I have already uploaded a number of files here. Just 1 sec. Let me check whether I can drag and drop any file here. As you can see, I think my screen is visible, right? Hello? Hello? Okay. As you can see on the screen, there is an upload button here on the just beneath the menu option on the left upper part. Once you go scroll over it, it will show, it will display this upload option here. Can you see the upload screen title? Just beneath the menu, there is an upload option, a right arrow, sorry, an up arrow here, just beneath the menu, not to the right side, just beneath the menu on the left upper part of your browser. There is an upload button here. Once you click that upload button, you will be directed to select a file from your system. You can either select from the you can select, click on the select from your computer button, or you can just drag from your computer. I am using the select from your computer thing. Can you see my dialog box now? Hello? Can you see my dialog box? I'm not talking about the drag here or select from your computer thing. Like, I think it's better to present the entire screen. Now you can you'll be seeing a drag here or select from your computer screen. I am selecting select from your computer option. I am moving to my pictures. Sorry, I don't have any down saved pictures here. So I am uploading a QR code image. Now you can see that QR code.png here. I can show it again. I am deleting the file QR code.png from my project. I am uploading it again. I am pressing the upload button again. I am using the select from your computer option. I am selecting the QR code.png file. So it will be uploaded here in my project. As you can see, just beneath my text file, I am having a QR code.png file here. Or you can even drag and drop files here. Like, I can show you that also. I am using the upload option again. I am moving to my system. I am dragging and dropping it here. It will automatically get uploaded. So the QR code.png has uploaded after the drag and drop. So since I have a number of images already in my hand, I am just deleting the thing. I am going back to my text file, and to insert a system architecture, I have begin a section called system architecture, and then I have started a frame, a slide called system architecture, and inside that slide I need to insert a figure. I need to insert a figure. So I have started a begin figure tag, and I have specified certain optional tags. Unfortunately, that tag doesn't make much difference here. H-tag optional tag will be dealing in detail with the figures in the next few minutes. So don't worry about the things written here. So I need to start with a figure tag. I am commenting. And if you want to comment one line, you can use the key combination of Control plus P for commenting. That's the way how I work. Like I'll be dealing things with keyboard only with most of the time, and I will be dealing with shortcuts. So I need to start a begin tag to insert an image here, figure here, and all other things came automatically. Automatically. See here, I have certain things like caption. Let's see what we, and I need to specify two things, like inside the include graphics tag, I need to specify the size of my image first. On the scale of 1, like it is when you are specifying 1, it means the whole the image will be completely imported, and you need to specify the image file inside the curly braces tag. When you are using square brackets, you can be pretty sure that it's an optional tag. Like you can work without that tag also. Like I have specified only the ar1.png here. This is the image ar1.png. I removed the I'm changing the size to from 0.36 to 0.2. Mm, I'm sorry, it's not making any difference here. Mm, yeah, I'm changing arg.png to edge.png. There is another file edge here. Let's see whether that make any difference here. I'm sorry, I was working with another figure. This is a AR1.png architecture thing. 0.2 size. I have specified its size as 0.2. Now I am changing it back to 0.36. Let's see if the size will change or not. See, the size has changed. Image acquisition, and I can specify to more size. 0.4. Again, the size has increased and it went out of the border. So it's better to reduce the size to 0.36 again. I'm specifying change it to 0.36. I'm sorry, we were looking at some other figure for the last few minutes. This is the figure we are working on. So I have changed back to 0.36. Now, as you can see, it's here. But still, the caption is not visible. Now you can specify the caption here, architecture or architecture demo. I have specified it as architecture demo. It's inside the caption tag. I am specifying the text here, architecture demo. Now, you can see the another advantage of specifying the caption is if you are working with the report that we'll be seeing on next tomorrow. Since if you are working with report, you may be putting a lot of images here and there. You won't be even remembering where you put the image, where you inserted the image, and you even not remembering the title. But if you have specified the caption together, once you put the inserted the image, it will be absorbed. It will be identified and it will be automatically added to the list of figures in the beginning. If you have a list of figures page in the report, uh, the LaTeX will identify wherever we have put images, and it will be taken the title from the from here, and it will be copied that to the content page by default. You don't have to worry much about the background working of content page. You don't you don't need to identify whether the figure is in 23rd page or 24th page, whether what title you have given. You don't need to scroll down again and put it on the content page again. You don't have to worry much about such things. You just need to work on the on the page where you want to insert. You need to specify the tags there, and the rest of leave the rest of the job to share overleaf. It will do it from the side. So that's how it works. AR2.png, the similar way you are specifying it. Let's see what happen if you haven't specified that H tag here. It's taking some time to compile. See. Again, I have centered the image here using begin center and end center tags. This means that the thing appearing between these tags, this begin and end tags will be aligned center. As you can see, the architecture demo is aligned to the center of the slide. I think it's almost 11:30. You see what all I have already dealt with this itemized things. Now cropping of modules. It is written in another font. Like here, I have used an alert tag for cropping module. Alert means it will be shown in a red color. So I have used an alert tag cropping module. And inside a cropping module, I have specified the items using the itemized tag. So that's the use of alert tag here. See, I just did taught you itemized tag, and you can do the same thing in almost all the slides here. Like whether whether it is ROI reference model, whether it's edge detection model, whether it's raw module, the thing is almost same. Only the content inside it will be changed. So you just need to, you can just copy paste that tags and work on the content which you specified there. Here the POS is equal, sorry. One major thing I forgot to tell you, when it comes to Word, you need after if you want to start a new line, but you need to press enter. Here it's not the case. If you want to start a new line, you need to put a double slash. You can see you need to put a double slash. Or you can have another way. You can use a new line tag. Either you can I have a load image here, PKG load image here. Then I started a new line. So the things that I typed after the new line is PKG load image acquisition, which will appear in the next line. Then I put double slash to denote another new line. So these things will be things will work the same way. Either you can put a new line tag or you can go with a double slash. I hope my point is clear. Neha, what should I repeat? New line. Neha Begum. I assume you are a student, that's why I called by your name. If you are a faculty, I'm sorry. Which part should I suppose which I am supposed to repeat? You can use a new line tag just like this. If in case I haven't specified anything, though I have typed load image and load image acquisition on two different lines, it will appear like this. Load image is here, load image acquisition is here. So if I specified a new line tag here, new line keyword here slash new line, the package load image acquisition will appear only on the next line. It says it's similar to pressing an enter key in the word, or you can have /2. What if you did both the things together? You typed in / and then pressed new line. What will happen? Only one new line will be taken. So only one new line will be taken. Here also, I have typed in two // consecutively. It will take only one new line. Because LaTeX don't expect you to have two things on two things with same notion consecutively. So that's it for now. Tomorrow I will be moving to the table things like table references and so on. Tomorrow we'll be dealing with things like that. Particularly civil people will be eagerly looking to have the equation like thing. Putting tough equations in LaTeX is one of the major advantages of LaTeX is having a long equation like a plus b by c into d divided by like things like equations like that. LaTeX is so much good at equations. So we will be looking to things like that tomorrow. After finishing off this slide thing, we'll be moving to report part 2 tomorrow. So it's almost 11:40. So if you have any doubt, you can unmute and ask, or you can put it in the chat box. Shrikant sir? I hope whatever little I have told you was clear to you. If there is any things to be repeated tomorrow, you can always comment. Shrikant sir, I think you can circulate the feedback too.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So, sir, can you wind up?
Yeah, if there is no more questions, you can wind up because I'm done. I'm done.
Okay. So, dear participant, if you have any questions, please unmute yourself and ask it, please.
Sir, you can circulate the feedbacks like people are leaving.
Okay. So, please take some moment to fill the feedback form so that we can improve our next sessions. Okay, so it will be helpful for the speaker and the organizers to improve the workshop. Okay, so Sunny sir, can we wind up?
Yeah, we can wind up. If there is no more questions, I don't know
Okay.
whether how many of them are hearing or not. Anyway, it was a
Oh.
pleasure to meet at least the civil students. And
Okay, sir.
management for bringing me back.
Sir, your audio is breaking. Hello.
My audio.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm telling nothing. I'm telling nothing.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you very much for this wonderful session, and that the effort you took for this kind of session, that is very uh, hello.
Hello, you are audible, sir. You are audible.
So sir, thank you for your effort, the great effort that you took for the wonderful event. Okay, so dear participants, we'll be this is day one, and we have day two also. Okay, so I am inviting Shana to take over.
Just one sec, Srikanth sir, I should ask the participants whether your learning was matching with my speed or not. I assume I was not rushing. I was slow. If there is anything to be done with the speed that I am covering topic, you can always suggest. Feel free to shoot your opinion on that. Should I increase my speed or should I slow down? Participants, please specify my comment on my speed. Okay, Shana, you can go.
Hello.
Okay, sir. I think there is no more suggestions.
No, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Shana, you can proceed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sunny sir, for this valuable session. Now, let me invite Mr. Vishak Vishwanath, student coordinator of the session, for vote of thanks.
Okay. First of all, I thank Dr. S.P. Subramanian sir, our beloved principal, and HOD, and participants, and our speaker, Sunny sir. Once again, I thank Sunny sir for this valuable section, and our Srikanth sir who coordinate this section for us. And also we thank our participants for kind. And we are happy to share that we have different students from different colleges who have participated in this workshop. And now we talk about our today's session as a clear cut about the LaTeX software. And also I think he cleared all our doubts too. And if you have any further doubts or something else, you can ask now, or we can discuss tomorrow session. As we know, we have a 2-day workshop, and first day is now over. So tomorrow, the rest of workshop should be conducted. So tomorrow, everyone please join at the same time. Finally, I thank everyone for making this session wonderful. And okay, guys, we can see you tomorrow. Thank you. Sir, can we wind up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Vishak, thank you. So, sorry,
No,
sir.
thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Srikanth sir. We shall see you tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Thank you once again, Sunny sir. So, we can stop here. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So, please fill your feedback also. So it's a kind reminder. So please fill the feedback form. Thank you. See you tomorrow.